Welcome back to the battlefield. Today, we wipe out the Welsh. Hopefully. I do have a choice to make though. Do I chase out here and wipe that army out and then attack the city, or do I attack the city and then chase them down? Probably doesn't make a difference long term, so let's just get in there. Now I want to use this army to take the brunt of the damage, because I plan on just kind of keeping them still for a little bit. I want my heavier axemen, the army with all of those guys in it, I want that to be more mobile and be able to get around the map if I need to. It's been a little while since I played this campaign, but it's good to be back. I feel like I say that every time I play this campaign. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Alrighty, so how should we set up here? I thought these were light spear infantry. I guess they're medium. Why don't we do this? Go ahead and keep the medium spears in reserve. And then we'll just split the stack down the middle like this. One of these guys out to the side, one of these guys in the middle, one of these guys out to the side. That way we can cover either flank if we need to in a pinch. And then I plan on just waiting for the reinforcements to arrive. We'll go ahead and just leave the hunters out front for now. And the general, just hang out. That's okay. Elite cavalry. Now I would expect the AI to kind of, I'm talking. I would expect the AI to kind of sit still until all of these boats land, or at least some of the boats land, just because that's what the AI usually does. So I'm surprised to see a little bit of movement out here. It doesn't look like they're charging out, it looks like they're just repositioning. Let's go ahead and make sure that the heavy infantry are on their way up to the front. Whether we use them in the fight or not remains to be seen, but their javelins will be helpful either way. Alright, you go ahead and move out here with these guys. You
the battle is turning in our favor.
Go out here with these guys. Send these lot out to the flanks. These guys way out here. And the other general just up to this position. Then we'll just go ahead and fast forward while everyone is joining the battle. While we're here, I may as well reorganize this so my front line looks a little more cleanly managed down here. Oh, forgot to move. Oh, yeah, the old yawn, excuse me. Forgot to move these guys into position. Let's just run them up here. Alrighty, their boats have landed and it looks like they are on the move. It did buy me enough time to get my forces in order though. Go ahead and just let all of the missile units fire at will for the time being. I wouldn't be too surprised if they didn't have time to use all of their ammo anyways. And I'm thinking I actually want to shift this direction a bit. but we will
Our
leave
hidden
it
units have
how
been
it is
discovered.
for now. Right, all of my missile troops, focus on their missile troops. The raw firepower should knock them off the field quite rapidly. Because the faster a unit takes damage, the faster its morale goes down.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
We will definitely take a little bit of damage here in the skirmish phase, but that's acceptable. Acceptable losses in the fight for freedom. These slingers are not going down as fast as I would like. These lots should go down faster. You know what, let's actually hit them instead because their unit is more stationary. This unit is still kind of grouping up, so I'm hoping we can get better shots over here.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Those archers sure are taking a high angle for that shot, my goodness. Alright, front line. I'm actually, instead of moving the front line forward, I'm going to move the skirmish line back. Because that will give my front line an opportunity to use their javelins. We have a lot of javelins to use.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Start moving out and around the flanks a little bit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, second rank, advance. You lot get around here. Let's see if the skirmishers have the range to start knocking out some more of their troops. Let's just go ahead and get some of the heavier units involved a little bit. Originally, I was going to let all of the units on the flanks use their javelins, but now that doesn't seem like it's worth it. These guys can go ahead and charge because they have already used their javelins. These lot can hit there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Need to start moving the cavalry through.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, these spears aren't going to do so hot in this engagement, but we're going to send them in anyway because it's their turn to earn their stripes, so to speak. These lot keep advancing. I'm going to tighten up this formation, try and charge through the center here a bit. Definitely could have done with some better micro in there, but it is what it is. Let's go trap those guys in place and send some ambushers around. One of our units has used all its ammunition. Alrighty.
Levy freemen! Britons! Our spears are yours!
Is that an actual phalanx? What the heck? Alright, well, we're gonna take some damage in that fight, but to me that is
The
acceptable
enemy
losses
general
right now.
is dead.
Their general died really fast. I'm thinking it was probably their admiral, not this guy. Alright, and there we have it. That should be all 4 of those armies wiped out. And the last remaining Welsh army will be close behind. Yep, so the fleet just went to the bottom of the ocean. The army's been wiped out. My forces are all completely healthy. I really should probably loot. I should probably loot. Let's see if we can get away with just occupying, because it's better for us in the long term if we don't burn down all of the buildings. Now, let's get out here and finish things off. I almost wish the garrison wasn't coming, because that will prevent us from getting the last half of this army in the battlefield. Let's see what we're up against. Some slinger spearmen and some light cav and a bunch of crummy spears. This army really doesn't have much anti-cav capability. So as I improve the quality of my troops, that's something I need to work towards, is either getting heavier cav or getting more spear units that can handle cavalry. Alright, now we're basically just excuse me, we're basically just going to ignore our second army anyway, I think. I'd rather just get in there and get these guys wiped out. It might be funny to send the ambushers in early, but I think they would just get slaughtered. So that's probably not a good idea. But, that being said, if I keep them up here, it does give us line of sight on the enemy forces. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that, why not? In the name of symmetry, I'll put those other mercenaries out on the side. Keep one unit of spears over here with the skirmish cav, and then the other cav that can handle itself over there. And then the general, that should be everyone.
We have discovered the enemy's
I
hidden
forgot
units.
to adjust my slingers, that's a little embarrassing.
Our reinforcements have
And then everyone
arrived.
else needs to get up to the front pronto. Because these guys are good, but they're not going to hold up very well against continued skirmish fire. Let's just send them in. Why not?
Light horse! Ambushers!
This is not the best way to use an ambusher type unit. Oh, I do need to have some cav up here to protect the flanks, though.
Horsemen! Riders forward! Get running! Noble horse! Fearless warrior!
I'm not paying enough attention. Okay, let's just try and get some of these javelins out before they charge us.
Warriors! Draw weapons!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Horsemen!
That was exceptionally bad.
Light horse!
Yeah, that cat is going to die really fast now. Slingers go ahead and move on up. Heavy infantry follow suit. Yeah, these guys are going down quick. I really need to get some support out here, so let's send these 2 units out. Try and catch some of their units.
The men are wavering.
A little bit surprised that this cav broke so quickly, but I guess it makes sense given what they're up against. That's alright, we'll just go ahead and let them do their thing as best they can. Hold the enemy cav in place while we try and chase them down.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Alright, well, not a good display of command by me. I actually might need to send these guys in here just to clean that fight up. Try and get some javelins off into that blob. Bring all of you guys forward.
Cavalry! Chosen swords! Move it! Melee fighters ready!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, the ambushers are winning some engagements, which is good. These guys are going to get mown down.
Elite cavalry! Horsemen! Spearmen! Hordes! Noble horse!
These are slinger spearmen, so I need to be a little bit careful with the general, but I think he can handle a charge real quick.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Our general is under attack.
Alright, this is a chaotic barbarian battle. Not exactly to my liking either. I'm letting my units get chewed to pieces just in the name of getting this battle done quickly. This is what happens when you try and hurry things up. Just let the ambushers do their thing there. Try not to take a charge, but it looks like it's going to happen anyway. Reinforcements are still on the move.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Alrighty, well, lots of casualties.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Lots of casualties, but we are starting to chew through them. Need to get something around behind this general. That'll do.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
My axemen were actually winning decisively from the front of a phalanx. It looks like their formation got messed up though, so it's more understandable that they would lose.
Warriors eager for blood. Sword band.
Alright, well, that was abysmal. I don't think I need to continue because they shouldn't need to be chased down. They're at the edge of the map, so they should just die. Or the edge of the island that is Britain. I don't even know. They're at the beach. We're basically going to push them right out into the ocean. I'm actually shocked at how well these ambushers held up for the most part. These guys were very badly outnumbered and surrounded in the middle of the enemy army. So I think that's why they took more damage. These guys ate a charge and didn't give a counter charge, so that's why they lost so badly. And then in addition to that, they also had to deal with a enemy spear unit. Let's go ahead and ransom the captives. Yep, that should be them dealt with, and hopefully the faction destroyed entirely.
I would walk to the other world.
There we go. One step closer to securing our territory.
Move out.
And now this army can press forward, patrol to try and get a little bit of extra replenishment. I could actually just merge and re-recruit, that would be faster. But the replenishment is free, and since I have to go through this territory for a couple of turns anyway, I may as well take it.
Don't care how tired you are.
The cavalry is going to take a little while to replenish, though. That's a bit of a problem. But I don't have any recruitment options. I could just hire a new batch of mercenaries, but whatever. We'll be alright. We won't need cavalry very much in the upcoming siege anyway. Okay, let's look at some diplomacy. These guys
My friend, be welcome. The
finally
spirits of this
don't
place
hate me,
smile
which is
upon
really
you.
nice.
The gods bless you.
The odds of them joining our confederation are pretty much 0, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get some trade going, just to hopefully slow down the time before they betray us.
A tidy sum, to be sure, but our hearts are full of courage. Not
Come
our
on.
ancestors would be shamed if even one of your coins was accepted.
Okay, well
I
then
will
let your
take word
ancestors
of our
be shamed.
agreement and put it before my Greetings, friend.
Okay, and they're not
I've
going to
called for
want
good
anything
aid.
else this turn. Okay, these guys have nothing left.
Come, come. Let me
It's too
hear
bad we
your
can't
talk.
get them to just
I
join a
warned you.
confederation instead of raiding until they die of attrition, because it takes ages for them to die of attrition. And we do actually
Well
have
met,
some other
friend.
options for trade
Sit
now.
and
I'm
let
not
your-
going to take them just yet, because I would like to secure my territory before getting too ambitious about, or too involved with, the mainland here. Right, Iceni, I can't have peace with you yet because I need your city.
Are you brave or foolish?
Alright, so that looks like all we can do for diplomacy. We are actually in the positive on our economy, finally. That's good news. Loyalty looks okay, could be better. Let's go ahead and give him a level up so he can be a bit of a better governor, and that should also buy some loyalty from these guys for a few turns. Alright, things are looking pretty good. Our tax level is standard, so we don't have much to worry about there. Public order is either improving or
Ready for orders.
not too bad. The word escapes me that I was about to use. But alrighty, things are looking really good now. Eventually I will need to send another army back up here to make sure the Irish don't come in and try and attack, but we'll deal with that when we get there. For now, I think we can just end the turn. Alright, well, good news is the Iceni did not decide to send an army back across to defend their capital. And that buys us at least another turn of opportunity. I almost want to just hold off on giving this general any leveling up, because I don't really want him to be like an actual military commander. But I'm not convinced that I'm ready to keep him in as a governor either. Alright, now, to learn from my mistake last time, down here, I'm not going to just immediately pull out of Moridunan. I'm not 100% convinced that the garrison could win even against this little itty-bitty tiny fleet. They have a whole entire, what's that, 60 plus 50, 110, something like 110 men. You know what? I'm going to say, well, it depends on how much movement range these guys have, and I can't see their movement range because they are recruiting. That is a bit unfortunate. Alright, well, let's give this guy some skills to be a governor. That I think the skills still apply even if they aren't actively like a governor, because they still count as a politician. And I believe all of the politicians are just based out of your capital, so if I disband him, he'll just go back to the capital, but I think he'll keep all of his skills. Yeah, this little navy is giving me cause to play things a little bit slower. I guess we'll go with the income from raiding for now. We'll wander over here. Let's see, I doubt this army could make it all the way across and get up here to attack us, but I still don't dare patrol just in case they can. How's our garrison looking here? Still pretty unhealthy. They're recruiting another 3 units, and these are all at least mediocre units, so that is a little bit of a concern. But I've got a cavalry general. I'm confident we can hold that if they send this fleet over to attack Iska. I'm not as confident that we can hold at Moridunan if I move this army out. And I can't get any more armies. Alright, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this guy over. We'll let this army just hang out for another turn, just to make 100% sure the British don't get any thoughts about stealing our territory. And we'll go to the next turn.
We have simple need.
I definitely don't want to be paying money for any diplomacy right now. The only money I would pay for diplomacy is to get the Irish to join a confederation. Oh, that's pretty annoying. Why so expensive? Whatever. Nobody adopts people out of my family, even if I have to pay them to stay. Alright, let's start bringing the armies over. Slap you into the garrison. Garrison should be replenishing fairly rapidly. Might not be a bad idea to switch this building out. And probably also to switch this building out. We've got more than enough sanitation across the board. Yeah, let's do it. Let's switch this over to a farm. Let's go ahead and just... we'll leave that in there for now. These guys are safe, so we will let them patrol. I don't really need that little extra bit of replenishment, so we'll just go ahead and start the siege now so we can get some siege equipment.
Let them cower before us.
And then, let's see, they would last 16 turns. But obviously we will be launching the attack way before that. Alright, everything looks like it should be okay. Just a quick check on loyalty to make sure nothing crazy has happened. Pacifists have no place in a total war game. But what can you do? Alright. Every now and then, threatening a nation's capital will make them more likely to do diplomacy with you. But I guess that's not the case this time around. Can we get some non-aggression here?
There's food enough for 2 armies awaiting us when we have
Alright, well, whatever. We're making a little bit of money off of trade with them, so we'll just stick with that for now. And we are going to be bankrupt. Alright, well, we're not switching that over just yet. Well, they decided to launch the attack. We will have to see if we can survive. Well, that makes it easy. Since it's just a garrison here, I'm not even going to bother fighting it. I'm just going to let the auto-resolve do the work. Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. And we'll go ahead and ransom captives, I suppose. I'm glad they attacked here instead of at Moridunnen, because I'm not confident we could have survived so easily at Moridunnen. Go ahead and just let these guys be a defensive army. Might not end up being the best army build for them, but whatever. Go ahead and keep working these guys through the forest. I'm not entirely convinced I need a battering ram. It's usually faster to just burn down the gate anyway.
Besieging settlement.
They're taking little itty bitty tiny bits of attrition, but that's not a big deal at all. This fleet is still strong enough that they might try and attack again, so we've got to keep these 2 generals recruited for now. And let's go to the next turn. I'm a little bit surprised at how short of a distance this fleet traveled. It really didn't go very far. And I also don't know how they're recruiting. Because I'm pretty sure this port should be blocked to recruitment. But whatever. Excuse me. Alrighty, unfortunately the people who put together the mod decided to change up the skill tree, so getting this leveled up to tier 3 isn't as valuable to me anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. The mod's good enough that I'm okay with things changing around every now and then like that. Alright, let's get a look at what we'll be up against. A whole bunch of slingers. And that's basically it, really. It's just a lot of slingers. Alright, well, we'll keep sieging them out for another turn, just to make sure we get some more ladders. The more men we can send up over the walls at once, the better, I think. This army can go ahead and raid for a turn, just to try and help the financial situation a little bit. Alright, and we will launch the Battle of Britain first thing next turn. Now, this is probably going to be the end of the episode. I'm definitely not going to fight this battle this episode, but we will have it first thing next episode, and hopefully things will go smoothly and I won't just throw away a bunch of troops again, because I'm still a little bit embarrassed about that battle. Even better, they have decided to sally out. Well, that makes life a lot easier because of how many slingers they have. If they had stayed in the city, they could kind of block us at choke points and at the walls and then just sling us to death, but now we're going to be able to catch some of those slingers out with our generals. So this is good. Anyway, we'll have this on the beginning of the next episode. As always, I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.